People who've actually slept with their step-sibling or sibling. How did it happen, and how was your relationship affected? My older brother dated our older stepsister. He was 15 to 16, she was 32. My mum was livid about it. Her dad pretended it wasn't happening. She was a bit of a sugar mama. Bought him lots of nice stuff. Flew him places. She took him to parties and did drugs with etc. Slept with him. My mum thinks she dated my brother just to spite her. I don't know how valid that is. Wouldn't surprise me. But my mum was also a piece of work. And to get back at her and her husband for allowing it, she slept with her stepson. Don't worry, I'm still in therapy. Wait, so there are 2 child abusers going on. What the hell? Mom? How's your brother doing now? My brother actually turned out alright. I mean, we had some level of personal spite from quite the eventful upbringing. But he's distanced himself to a lot of family and is doing well. He really only talks to our dad and siblings. Mum is still a piece of work though. Complete narcissistic mess. She's managed to push most people away from her with her narcissistic abuse. This one's prob's gonna get buried underneath joke replies, but I accidentally boned my half-sister while we were in high school. Basically we had never known each other beforehand, and we met in high school. She confessed that she had feelings for me, and we started dating. About 1 year in we started having sex. Fast forward 2 years and we graduate. Then she introduces me to her parents and there I meet my father, who I had only known from photos. Since he and my mum got divorced when I was born. That's when I found out my then girlfriend was my half-sister. We agreed it was a good idea to stop dating when we found out, and we're still friends to this day and roommates. Since rent is expensive in uni dorms, and no, we don't have sex anymore, only a few times cause we got really drunk. I had a friend in high school that dated this girl for like 6 months before their parents decided to randomly get married. The parents only dated for like a month. A few months later he is trying to set me up with his sister and bragging that she gives good head. It was very weird. Sounds like the parents planned it all for speep and giggles. My parents are actually step-siblings. They began dating when they were teenagers, and when their parents met they fell in love and got married, making my mom and dad step-siblings. They ended up moving in together, since they were both still living with their parents and my grandparents just let them share a room. It's always been a joke in our family that my mom is my aunt, my dad is my uncle, and my brothers are my cousins. Edit. Grandma lol. Edit 2. My grandparents didn't fall in love until after my parents had started dating, and my parents broke up after becoming step-siblings, but not before my mom got pregnant with me. Both of my brothers are half-brothers, so I'm the only one in this predicament. My parents haven't been together for 23 years, but they are still step-siblings to this day. Edit 3. Here's a fun little story, since this is blowing up. My parents broke up before finding out that my mom was pregnant with me. One of my half-brothers is only 2 months younger than me. Once my brother's mom became pregnant, she moved into my dad's room, causing my dad to have to live with 2 separate women both pregnant with his babies at the same time. The whole situation was messed up. Sounds like the plot to Riverdale. This is an IRL storyline on the original Teen Mom series, I believe. Yep. Catalin and Tyler were step-siblings. Dated first. Then parents got together and married. Now divorced. Not me, but my close family. My grandmother had 3 husbands. 4 children with all different dads. My mother's dad was sexually abusive and had been sleeping with my aunt mom's older sister. They continued that relationship for years. My grandma divorced him and he married my aunt. So my aunt was also step-grandma and my mother's dad was also uncle. When he finally died, I remember my mother saying, "I don't want to go to his funeral, but I really think I should be there to support my stepmom." That woman has always had a warped sense of humor. I love it. What did I just read? Sweet Home Alabama. Close. We're in Georgia. I was seeing a girl right after graduating high school. My dad knew her mom somehow, but she was married at the time. Didn't work out with this girl, but her mom and my dad are basically married at this point. So you played wingman to your dad. Dad dated a woman. He dated a lot of women, so it became normal. She had a daughter. We got drunk at a party. Hooked up. Real boy meets world speep. Then they got married. And that's when we cut it out. Then they got divorced. And I'm still not boning her anymore. Was this like the Slavic version of Boy Meets World or? Slavs have the best butts. It's all that squatting that does it. What's funny is that I'm Slav and was in Nepal a couple years ago on a hike in the Himalayas. And they told us to occasionally expect toilets where you have to squat. And I've never done that before. And we are all saying stuff like, oh man, I hope we get the normal toilets. Turns out the next batch of toilets were all squatters. My friend goes in there. No end to his complaints. I go in there. It's super easy. It's like I was born to squat. Then I remembered that I'm a peeping Slav. My ancestors had been preparing me for this moment for centuries. I've seen squat toilets in Ukraine. The person I was with told me they used to be somewhat common. Ran into the squatting toilets in Ukraine as well. My body may have been capable of doing the Slav squat, but my nose was incapable of handling the smell of speep festering in the heat. Noped out real quick. Mom dated a guy. Guy had a son same age as me. We hated our parents and slept together. Had a fun time. Broke up due to him using drugs and me not dealing with it. Both are married to other people and happy. We don't talk even through we see each other at family gatherings after our parents got married. Edit to clarify. He was on drugs for years. Lied to me over and over that he was clean and he wasn't. I was always trying to support him, but he just didn't want to clean up yet. He did clean up for his wife. We don't talk. Ever. That's a very suspicious way to end a story. Ask me after quarantine. Hey stepbrother. Wanna come play in my toilet paper castle? Help stepbrother, I'm somehow stuck in this castle I built. No, don't look at my panties you perv. Stepbrother. I got tangled in all this toilet paper. I need help taking it off. My Phil dated his stepdaughter first, then, when they broke up he met and eventually married her mom. Needless to say, it is one of my wife's family's more awkward stories. Ah yes. Only a short few days into quarantines and we have already arrived here. It's a welcome change from making me feel like I'm either going to die or end up homeless in a month. Now you'll be bringing a new baby into the world in 9 months. Nephew son for the win. Just make your parents raise it, no child support. Nefson. Slept with my former sister-in-law. Is that close enough? How'd it happen? She hated my ex-wife / her sister. My ex-wife cheated on me. We were drinking together about 6 months after it ended, and she said you should peep me to get even. Relationship didn't at all change. We just know each other a little better than we used to. Both dating others now, and it's like it never happened. Edit. Well, this blew up. No, the ex doesn't know. She'd kill both of us. Not even joking. Straight and to the point. Sounds like a keeper. Oh, we weren't even that drunk either. A spite lay, while not my favorite, is definitely top 5. How would you rate it in Star Wars episodes? The only relevant scale. Personally, my ex was episode 7. Promising to start, but followed by disappointment. Edit. PLZ stop upvote. I don't want this comment to overshadow my Waluigi meme comment. Losing my virginity was episode 1. Years of anticipation, and then I'll try spinning. That's a good trick. Mine was ep 5. No, I'm your father, but we still peeped eventually. I'm late to this, but here's my story that I had posted on the Tifu guy's post. Dude banged his cousin. This was in reply to a comment, well at least she wins peeped East breakup story. My wife peeped her brother in my bed when I went upstairs to sleep. We had company over, and they were a bit loud. and my bed is on the first floor where they all were, so I decided to go upstairs cause it would be quieter. Woke up about 2 to 3 hours later and went downstairs to grab water and rejoin my wife, but she already had company. I'm pretty sure I wins peep test breakup story. Edit. Probably should have used a throwaway for this, but whatever. Edit 2. To answer a lot of common questions. They have the same mother but different fathers, so they are technically half brother slash sister. She was adopted and met him about 6 months prior. They were talking on the phone constantly to the point where, even though I was happy she found her family, I had to let her know I thought the frequency of their talking was weird. They are still literally on the phone 24/7. I've caught her trying to put him on mute and in her pocket, so they'd still be together. It's insanely unhealthy. Yes, they were drunk, but they knew what they were doing. And they are still doing it to this day. I found out about this in February of 2019. I attempted to try to work things out with her, and she had said they were just talking, and it wasn't like that anymore. I got a Facebook video chat request from her brother's then girlfriend telling me she found inappropriate texts between them and left him. She again told me they were done, and they weren't taking any more after that, because his girlfriend had outed them to her newfound family and she received messages from her sisters telling her they were disgusted and wished they never found her, etc. I believed again they were done at this point. We were going out for my birthday in April, and I found her sending pictures of herself dressed up to him with replies about how sexy she looked, and emails between them about how you know what we have. We can't deny it anymore. It was gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. I served her shortly after. She's been delaying the court dates claiming she needs more time to find a lawyer, because she doesn't have anywhere else to go, and the house is in my name and I can't exactly evict her. The Game of Thrones references aren't as funny as you think they are when it's happening to you in real life. That was one of my favorite shows and I can't even think about it anymore. Neither are the Pornhub ones. I literally can't go on a porn site to jerk off anymore because everything is incest related and I instantly shut down. I may do a TIFU of my own or maybe a different subreddit at some point. It's been cathartic to get this out there and read some nice replies and support from everyone. But the jokes and the people who think I'm making this up for peeping internet points might outweigh it. For everyone who said something kind or comforting, thank you. And thank you for the awards, although I really don't think this is award worthy. I'm absolutely miserable. I've been with her for literally half my life. She's the mother of my child. I never expected to lose her like this. Edit 3. Thanks to mostly everyone for the kind words, support, and advice. A lot of the common questions people have asked have been answered on my original post, which you can read on my comment history if you're interested. For the handful of people who are calling me an idiot or a cuck, and whatever other fun names you thought up, just because I didn't flip a switch in my head and immediately remove this person from my life, or because I tried to work through it with her to see if this relationship could be saved, it's a lot harder than you think. I wish it were that easy, but it's not. I'm going to turn 35 this year and we've been together for 17 years. We have a 6-year-old child who does not understand what's going on. I really hope none of you find yourself in the position I was put in, but I can guarantee you wouldn't be able to snap your fingers and move on either. So save your snarky bullspeep. You don't just wake up one day and decide every feeling you've had for the love of your life and the mother of your child is gone. It's taken me some time, and I'm slowly moving on, but I'd be lying if I said I still didn't care about her. There are times when we are doing things together with my son and I have to remind myself that we are not together anymore. It's hard, and it probably will be for a very long time. You should see a therapist to help you through the emotional trauma of this if you can.